Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just looking at some wire stuff for a second that I noticed all of a sudden. It's like, why didn't you notice that before? Okay. Boom. Did you hear that? Boom. All right. Ooh. Who's that? Who's watching me? Hold on. Who just... Oh, whoa. What just happened there? Who's
Okay.
this? It is Maisie. That's what I thought. Maisie. Maisie, you're hungry also. Why are you hungry? So hungry. And why are you not getting nether bricks? Let's go to the warehouse. We're just going to start right out. I am Monster to Mermaid. This is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod and trade post for Minecolonies, which, by the way, the resort is open. Dun, 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 dun. The resort is actually open. There's a door open in the hotel. In the resort. This is actually the tavern or the resort. Let me close that door because I think I might have left it open. I was trying to figure out how the resort worked and if the resort was working. And so far, I actually brought it up specifically to try and request, find out from the developer, Ayer of Trade Post for Minecolonies about the resort and see if I could get it to work. And it's working. It's working. I have not had any red. I had it up for a day, one of Jalapari's days, and it worked. It's still working. So this is really cool. So Maisie is not getting some of the things that she needs, so she's a little bit upset. It is almost, that's the sun right there that's going down. So I think I'm going to have to check with Tobias, who is the brickyard. He runs the brickyard, and I think I'm going to bring him some nether rack so that he can make it into bricks. Myself, I'm going to bring it to him.
Hi.
And see, hi. I would like them to. No nether. We have enough nether, and there it is down in the lower level of the storage of the warehouse. We have lots sitting on a shelf right here. So let's take 1, 2. Let's just do 3 of his ovens. Wow, these are closed. Of the brickyard's ovens. Everyone's going to start going home. The sun is going down. We do not have clock yet from Journey Maps. We have been using Journey Map as our clock and as our map. The map is working, but the clock is not. They know about it, and they're working on it. So we're fine with that. Let's come here, and we've got plenty of this. Let's put some in there. Did I just put only 14? Did I just pick up only 14 for one of those? There's that one. And this one has that. So the amount of coal that he has, deep slate, he's got plenty. Why don't I go ahead and change the ovens? I'm going to change the ovens. I know he'll do it, but every once in a while, yeah, we're just going to do it. Okay, and then let's put this back here. I'll have to ask for more. And I think he can have, nope, see, he can't. So let's look at the statistics and see. So he did a blue glazed, ooh. And he did 12 stone. And yeah, cool. So we know what he did. The concrete mixer, poor Cade. Cade is really not getting any requests. Look, white concrete is the only thing that he's ever gotten a request for. And poor thing. But he likes what he does, and let's see what she's doing. This is Ellie, and she is not doing anything right now because I think we have her doing bone meal because we didn't want her doing anything else. I don't want her making clay. I don't want her making cobblestone from tuff. Although cobblestone from tuff would be okay. I don't think we have any tuff left anyway. And so she could do that. Could have her make cobblestone from tuff. Let's bring the amount down to half, 32. Back down to 32. We were trying to get her to make sand, I think, at one point. But I think, and she might need to. We should check on sand. And then this is a Boone, and Boone is our sifter. And let's see what he's done. So he doesn't have any statistics at all, but he has done some sifting. And what is, because he sifts we have taken off the string, and we've taken off the flint, so he's just doing, and that's one reason. Let me look and see what we've got here. There's gravel, there's dirt, and he should be doing dirt. Let's disable this. There's dirt. Let's disable this for right now. Sand for cocoa beans. Interesting. And cactus is disable. And disable. The reason I'm disabling these is because I don't want him to use up all the sand, all the netherrack. He can use as much dirt as he wants. And I don't want him using all the gravel right now. We don't need those things badly enough. But if he concentrates on dirt, I'll be fine with that. So this is, we are at 4.5 for a lot of things. No! Oh no! Vincentius! Why is it going on? It's not that hot.
It's almost 80 outside.
Oh my gosh. I stream at this time specifically to avoid the noise of the air conditioning in the location that I'm in the place where we are living. I am right next to the air conditioning unit. And so I apologize. I'm so sorry. It's so interesting, the amount of Vincentius bonus, everybody, coming to my aid a little bit by setting up a little bit of a blind to keep some of the noise out. Yeah, you know, in a perfect world, that's probably what would happen, that I would probably end up putting some sort of sound dampeners on the wall here, on this wall that's next to me, that is causing that sound. Man. So Vincentius, when I said why is it coming on at 3 o'clock in the morning, it is 80 degrees in the Midwest of the United States. That's pretty wild. And that's a visitor. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? What are you looking for, Baker? He's just investigating. Are you looking at the construction of the place? I do have more druids now, and they're not all on vacation, which is really good. We have some things with the resort, and let's go to this is trade post for Minecolonies, which is the reason that we started Jalapari, and this resort is a level 4. I thought it was a level 5, but it isn't yet. I wanted to make sure it was working first, because at level 5, then there's going to be 10 people on vacation, and I wasn't sure I wanted that many people on vacation, so this is actually not at level 5 yet. The Amari is guest services, and let's see what they did. And there we go. For the first time, we have a protein shake and bar nuts was done, and one vacation was completed. How many people are on vacation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of the 7 people, 8 people that were on vacation, one of them has gone back to work. It's not one of the builders, so we have 2 builders who are not working right now. Cade, who is the concrete mixer, is on vacation. Ellie, who is the sifter, is on vacation. And Zoe, who is one of the, so there were 4 of the at one point 4 of the couriers were on vacation. Now only Zoe is on vacation. Oh, so it's changed a little bit, because Zoe's on vacation and Kishore, they're the only 2 now. Wait, Kishore is the ore smelter, and so this is what happens. So the ore smelter, 2 builders, the sifter are all on vacation, and the dairy farmer. So let's talk about the dairy farmer for a minute, because this is something
Hi there.
I'm going to have to recognize. Hi, the sun's coming up. Let's go to the farms. I'm going to take to the air with the magic that I have as an ambassador from the nation of Ta'ana, and we are beginning to notice how our foodstuffs, how much foodstuffs we need. We might need 2 things. We might need another chicken farm, and we might need another rancher and dairy farmer. We have enough cows, but we might need another set. Now the rancher and the dairy farmer are at, let's look at what it says they're at for a moment, as far as settings are concerned. So the milk attempts, I'm only doing 7 milk attempts, and stew attempts per day. Per days is 7 days a week. So we are doing it 7 days a week, and we're getting more meat by the stew attempts is how much meat we're going to get. And we can look here and we can see the milk. We do have milk, and we can see something really nice, that she is making cheese. She has immersion blenders. I think she needs them, Phoenix, for making smetanas, but she is not here. She's on vacation right now. And so she's got bottles, but let's look at her crafting, and she should have smetanas here because she makes them, and there they are. So she can make smetanas, she can make ice cream, she can make vanilla milkshakes, which I think need ice cream. She can make cake batter, and cake, the only way to make it was with buckets. And she makes yogurt, of course. And yeah, I think those are all pretty good. If we had a second one when they went on vacation, we wouldn't be in dire straits. The question is, where in the world are we going to put a second rancher? If I use, I've got this hill right here. And the hill doesn't have as many trees on it. Right in this area right here, we don't have a lot of trees. We could, in fact, replant some of the trees away from this part if we use this area. Let's look at let's take the border patrol here. Let's take the border piece right here, which is also the builder piece, and let's look and see. So you can see that our border is way out here. Now we have some wild animals. There are wolves out here, and we do have some wild animals in this area. Some wild sheep, some wild chickens. Those might not be wild. Those might be escapees of ours. But our two animals, Floof, our two wolves, Floof and Rude Wolf, are working with the farmers to keep those animals working. And so one of them is out of range. Let's bring them back. So that was Rude Wolf. Rude Wolf was too far away. Let's bring Fluff, and there's Floof, not Fluff, Floof, and there's Pipkin. And I've seen Pipkin went flying around myself. I saw Pipkin just recently, so I'm not going to call Pipkin back. But right here, I can hear Pipkin. Oh, there you are. It's like I'm right here. Hi. So yeah, so let's look at Shire, because we might be able to put a Shire in that hill. Shire likes hills. So let's come up here where we don't have anything, and let's look for a second at Shire. Farms. We're looking for animal farms. We want Shire proper, not Shire additions. Shire proper. And we're going to go here. We're going to go to husbandry, and we need this. Now here's our problem right here. This needs to overlap so that they'll know where the animals are, and so we won't be able to use this. We have to use one that has an extended animal section, and this at level 5, the animal piece, I would have to extend. See how little that is? I'd have to extend that over the back part of this field. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would actually be kind of interesting. I would extend it over this back part of the field here. So it would sit so that this part right here would be inside this part right here. Yeah. Let me think about that. That's not bad. Let me look at, there is somebody who has a separate piece. I don't know whether they still do anymore, but let's go to Steampunk. Steampunk, S-T-E-A-M. And this is Nubian and Motionless. The other one was multiple people, but John and Ray and Sam worked on Shire. And let's come here and let's look at this. And there's one. There's the one we want. That's it right there. I knew there was one. Now, I could do this like this, because see this whole area? See that? It would cover this entire area here where we need the farm to be. And I think that's what I'm going to do. The only problem is, there is no shelter, and it does rain here. So am I going to build a shelter? I did in Petit Hamalakut. I built an umbrella over, or some sort of shack shelter over top of this little setup here. Now this is meant to go inside a building, but let's look and see what Arcology looks like for a minute. For husbandry, for a ranch. And the ranch has this. Where's the ranch? So see, with the ranch, it's just this part right here. That's right, I remember that. Wow, that would be interesting to have 3 ranchers. Because what I would do with this, if I put this in here, is I would extend this section right here, or put the second, put the steampunk rancher right here with the other rancher. But there isn't any space for these dairy workers to actually do. It doesn't look like there's some place for them to do something. Whereas with Shire, let's go back to Shire for a second. With Shire, it does give us a little place for them to do, to look like that the dairy farmers are using that. So let's do level 5 for a second. So see how much is going on here? So we do have water here, and then we have this inside area where it looks like someone would be working on making cheese and keeping milk and doing things like that. Now, there's another one. Ooh, I just remembered. Hold on. Let's look at War Minecraft. War Minecraft style, Rambling Man, has some interesting things when it comes to this. And let's see if we can find, it has a grape farm. And wait. Let's find farmers first of all. Decorations, education, farming. And let's look at and let's look at the farm. So the farm for this is this piece right here. And oh, I think we did it. Yes, we used this bottom area here. See, he put this in, which I think is really cool. And we expanded this out to make a cheese cellar in here. I think I would rather this time make a cheese cellar in the Shire one, because of the way this one fits. I think this one is going to, so here's my farm. They're not going to come out far enough to get the cows, and we're not going to bring the cows in to them every time. I really want it so that the place takes care of the cows. So let's come here and let's switch. I'm really leaning towards Shire, putting Shire in that hill. Because of the hill. And let's come back and let's put it here. And let's look. Yes, that hill matches the hill that we have behind us anyway. Did I get the right one? Let's look at level 5. Yeah. However, so what we would be talking about doing, let's bring it over and let's see if this is going to work. Let's bring it down and let's put it right here, because what we're talking about is that this main entrance right here would be off of this area. Right here, we would have to cut into this hill to put that entrance in. Let's come over here, and which is closer, that one or that one? Neither of them are close. Let's go into the butcher. We don't have anyone staying in the villager places yet. We do have to get Mr. Villager's people to come in, but we haven't done that yet. Mr. Villager has been working a lot, and he hasn't had as much of an opportunity to come in. And I was supposed to be waiting for time when he was coming in to do that. Mr. Villager's life is changing, and I'm really glad about it. And we shall see. All right, so now in the daytime you can see this. So here's the farm, and what I'm talking about doing is placing this piece smack dab over this section of the farm. I'm going to cough. Placing it over this section of the farm right here. So that means that this part of the field, this back part of the field here, which is already part of the farm, this part right here, there is a fence right there, and this area would match up with this area right here. I think I definitely want to do that. The animals would still be able to use this field here. And then let me see where this is. So see that door right there? That door needs to be along this path right here. So we would have this. This door has to be outside of that part. So the farm would be here, so that that door path could be right on this part. Let's bring it down some more and look at this section. Let's bring it down to here and just sit it right in this spot right here. So the door for that would be here, and the farm itself, you see that there is a place here. We would have to have this be fenced in that area, and then the farm itself would expand around this part here. They could come to this part, or else I could have the entire farm sit in here. If the entire farm sits in here, so that even the, because look at this, so that even the inside of the, even where the dairy farmers are, is at this end. It still puts this part in here. We could bring it back all the way to here. Look at these trees. So we would lose 1, 2, 3, 4. We would lose 4 trees in this area. And it would sit here like this. So inside this section would be this right here. So in order for this to be worked on, we would have to bring all the animals out of this area. And this would sit here, and let me see. So you can see the hill coming back into this part right here. But it's smack dab in this part right here. It absolutely sits in this part. Now it might bring this part of the hill down. I hope not, but it looks like it is going to bring that part of the hill down. If it does, we can fill that in later. We can fill this side of the hill in later, can we? Let's look and see. So see how far down it's going to go on that side. But that's what we needed to do. So we'll just fill this whole thing in on this side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's come down and let's make sure that the ground is level. The ground is level. And so all these animals would end up being here. And this fence would come back just a little tiny bit more in this space right here. We'd still have this tree area, and we'd still have this area in between the two farms. And if we wanted to, we could add a third farmer in here, and that will work. Ooh. We could then add the steampunk cow farmer in here, and that would help keep down the numbers in this section. All right, so this is where we have to cut off we have to build a fence, and we'll put the animals on the other side. And the border for this is right here, so I'm going to take right here. I didn't get fence. I'm going to take right here and put the fence right here just to make sure. I have a piece of fence in my hand. There we go. So this is the place where the fence is going to go, right here. And then on this side, let's find the line right there. And see the fence piece there. And bring the fence piece over right here. So we're going to move these out of the way. And have the fence piece be there. Is it a straight line? Let's see. Looks like it is. No, not quite. That's going to go through that tree. Come on, one. I don't want it going through the tree. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. No, that goes right in between the tree. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, and there we go. So let's do build the building. Assign a builder. Assign a builder. Oh, placement error. Decoration outside. Oh my gosh, look at this. Shoot. Shoot. Yes, I know. I wasn't looking at it. You probably saw that. I wasn't looking at the border. We have a problem, Houston. We need a border patrol. This is saying we need a border patrol in this area. So remember when we were talking about that we could put a little walk right here. Should we have a little walk go to a border patrol being right here? That would expand that back. Grr. I don't know that I want one there. This is already up to a level 5. The guard towers in here are up to level 5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find them. So this is a level 5, yeah. And that's the reason why the border is out where it is, because we do have a guard tower there. And we have a guard tower here. The guard tower on this hill is not going to extend out to this area. Drat. I could bring it in closer, but I wanted more farm. Let's see how. So there it is. There's the border right there. That little piece of border is stopping us from doing what we want to do. This little square right here. So we know from guard towers that we could put something here and it not affect this. We could put it here and it not affect this. And I don't know which way it goes that doesn't affect. And then we need a road or some way for them to get out here. We have the farmers coming out on paths right here out to these farms that are under the trees here. And this border part right here, which is not close enough to this. I don't really want to have a guard tower right here, but that's the only way that I could get this to move, is to have a guard tower here. Let's look at the placing again for a second. Let's switch. Let's go back to Shire proper, right here. Let's go back to the husbandry. Let's go back to the cow hand, and let's go to the level 5, and let's place it back down again. And let's see if I can do it within the border. Let's see where it would be. So in order for it to work, it has to be this far in. Let's bring this back. It can be right here. It is right on the border. That's actually a block from the border. Let's put it right on the border. Okay. So if it's there, now let's bring the building down and see what we're talking about. We might not need to do it. It just brings it in. That's what we're going to see right now, how far it brings it into this area. Ah, yeah, there it is. Just that much. 3 blocks. Set it down on the ground for a second. So it puts it closer, bringing it into here. And this needs to come down in here like this. So it would be here like this. And this part that we marked off is not going to be in the right place. So we'll have to take these markers away. Out of here. Let's take that marker away. Ooh. And that marker away. Did I just, and this marker away. Did I just break the wall? I hope not. Alright. And then let's bring it all the way over here. That puts it right at the border of that farm right there. So it can't go any farther over than that. And that puts the house within the border, the walkway within the border, which is fine. So they have to walk through the fields in order to get to here. And this comes back behind the house. We could leave this and let this come back and they could have this part. We could leave it so they could have that part. I think I want to do that rather than push in. Push in. Now how many trees? So, Yika. Let me see how far into. So we'll lose that tree. We'll lose this tree. On 2. And on this line right here, there's a tree. So we'll have to look at those tree lines. But we're going to, because when I put this down, right where this is, I'm going to put it on the outside of this border. I'm going to have this come up like this so that I can absolutely see that this is where this is going to be. On this side, and that goes through the tree this time. Through this tree to the other side here. So I'm putting it one outside the border on the other side right here. And it's going to break through the wall. We're going to have a wall here. We're going to have the wall come to right here. So the border is right here. So I think it's supposed to be right here. One block. Nah, it was going through this tree, so it needs to be right here. So that goes through this tree. So there's one here and one here, and I think that is correct. All right, and now let's do build the building. Building, assign a builder. Okay, so now we did get the assign a builder piece. There's a block in here somewhere, and there it is right there. And that's where the building is going to be built. So in the morning, we're going to move the animals into a smaller field for the time being until that is built. We're going to have a temporary. So how is the person who's building this going to get in there? We'll have to make a fence, and so that they can walk through and work on this. I just went to sleep and woke up. So in this area right here, we're going to have another farm right here. And right now, I need to bring all the animals out of this section right here. So I can put in a piece. Why don't we put the wall in first? Come here, whoops. And put a wall piece in, coming all the way across to this tree. Okay, people, make up your mind. Can't be here. I'm not holding anything, so what are you trying to do, guys? There's my sign for me to drink something. So I'm gonna have to drink some water. Let me do that. That's that side. And then on this side, this is where it used to be. Wait, is that the right place? Oh no, this is where it used to be. Yeah, this is the right place, and that's why we did it so high, so that we would be able to tell the difference in that. Come on, kids. Come on, let's get out the way. And let's put this up so I can just see that part for a second. And that is it. Okay. So we're going to leave so we can bring out the animals. We'll leave this much. And now we will have And we'll have to have a gate here. I don't need it to be quite this high, so we'll put this here. And on this side, I don't think they can get over top of this, but I'm going to put this here just in case. And here we are. So now let's fence this. Fence. Let's do the birch so that I can see it easily. And there we have it. Okay. Now, let's get these animals out of this side. So let me put away these pieces right here. And let's come here. Did I have that grass in my hand? Was that the reason they were following me? Let's start with the pigs. And we'll bring the pigs out. Come on, everybody. Come on, guys. Let's go right down. Let's go to here. Let's bring you all out. Bring all the pigs out of there. Come on. Come on, all of you. Come on, pigs. Come on. Open both of them so that the pigs can come out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Now let's close the gate. Okay. How many more pigs are in there? That many more. So we might have to harvest some of these animals. I really don't want to do the harvesting myself, but I think I have maybe like 1 or 2 pigs left in there, which is why I'm saying that. Let's see if we can get the sheep to leave. Hello, and the cows to leave. Let's open this for a second. Bring this out and get all of them to come out. As many as I can get to come out. And then let's close those. Close and close. Oops. I know I still have it in my hand. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And now quickly, let's go back here. And let's close and close that. So these are the ones that will be harvested. The ones that did not come out. Do I have a baby in here? I do. Alright, I'm going to try one more time to get them out. It's raining, isn't it? It sure is. See these guys here? Come on, you. Come on, you. Come on, all of you. Do I have them all? Yes. Okay. Let's push through. Let's bring them out. Let's push through. Let's bring them out. I need this door open so that they can all come out. Come on. Come on. And now, let me... Wait. Come on, guys. Come on. All of you come out. Come on. You. I see you guys right here. Come on, you. Come on. Come all the way out. I know this seems ridiculous, but... I would rather do it like that. Oh my gosh, we got them. Yay! Okay. And so now we just have one solitary pig who decided that they are not going to come out. So let me get the pigs for a second. Let me see if I can get over the top of this wall just for a minute here so I can get that pig to come out. See that one right there? Come on. Come out. Come out. Click. Oh my god. Did I actually do it? Did I actually get all the animals out? That's crazy. I did. Yay! Alright. What you doing? Are you just looking at what I'm doing? Is that what you're doing here? Okay. So we might have to fix this hill and bring this part over. Depending on how things are going. She is sort of doing some planting beyond this point. We have this here to keep the animals, to keep wolves from jumping over the fence in this area. So that's what that is. But now we're not going to worry about that. So wait, Josiah? This is Josiah right here. Josiah is working on the school building, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look here, and he is on upgrading the school. How much stuff does he have? He hardly has any of what he needs for the school. He has some, and what we can do is cancel the build. Settings, cancel the build, and then let's come here and let's have request to pick up and have a courier come and pick everything up that he requested for that build. And then let's come over here and have Josiah work on this. Now he'll be able to get in here to work on this. And I needed to count the trees anyway. No, I need to count the trees in here anyway that we're going to lose. So we're going to lose one. Although if I leave the tops, I might be able to put some of them back. So why don't I leave the tops of them and see how many of them actually come down? Yeah, let's do that. I should be able to see the tops of all the trees. This one might be a problem, but this one's outside the border. This one here is tall enough. This is tall enough. This one might not be tall enough. We'll see about these two. And that's what we're doing. So let's come here and let's have build options. And we're going to have Josiah build the building. Now is the dirt in here? Hold on for a second before they start. What kind of dirt is this? This block is just a normal grass block. Okay, so let's make sure that he has normal grass blocks as the blocks that he's using. Let's do that for a second. This is perfect. I can't really tell what time of day it is because it's raining. And I could use a clock. Yes, I know there's clocks. I know there's that clock. I could use that. Hi. Let me look here for a second. Was I saying that I wanted to see something. I came here for some reason. I just lost track of what I came here for. So Josiah's going to work on the farm, and it should show, not yet, because he hasn't chosen it. Let me look here, and let's see. It says, I didn't start it. That might be what I was. Was I coming to look at something specific? I just lost track of of the thing that I was coming to do. All right, let's come here. Now there was a time when they would collect these, but I don't know that they will, so I'm going to collect them. I don't want him getting rid of medicine. And so let's come here. Build options. The builder is going to be Josiah. Build the building. That's what I was doing. Thank you for the reminder. Okay. It's like, what did I come there for? Don't you have that sometimes where you go into another room and you completely forget what it was that you just came into that room for. You walked out of another room to go into this room just so you could fix something, and you didn't. And I just wanted to see if that's dirt, because some of them are using lush dirt back here, and I don't want him changing this whole pasture into lush dirt, because that's his fill block. So now we are set. So just build options, Josiah, build the building. So we're going to start with the level 1 all the way up to the 5, which is going to happen pretty quickly because he is a level 5 builder. I should be able to get that building done pretty quickly. I'm okay about losing 2 trees. A couple of the trees in here, we can say that they used them to build the building, and we're good with that. We could plant 1, 2, and a birch, 2 oaks and a birch that might go away, but I'm going to see when the time comes. I'm going to put 2 oaks in that place where that is actually a place, very interesting, in my hand Akasha records. 2 oaks and 1 birch that might completely go away, and we'll replant trees for those. And now everybody is pushed up a little bit because of this new border right here, and it is a lot of animals, but I think having 2 more farmers will be interesting. So let's look at this building again. So when this building is done, put that down, switch to Shire again. Shire proper. And let's come to here, and let's come to husbandry. Let's come to here, and let's go to the level 5. So this is the building right here. So see how we have this area? See how we have the farmer is right here. Now we could put another farmer. Probably along this wall right here, maybe. But we should put them on the inside. I think I maybe would put them on the inside. That rack needs to stay. There's an upstairs. Ooh, look, there's an upstairs. This is the barn upstairs. So yeah, so we have some places to consider as far as putting in an extra farmer. Oh, I like this. I like this farm a lot for this area, and for the way it looks, it's going to be perfect. And right where this water is, I don't want to, but on this back wall right here, see there's a farmer here? We could put a second farmer right here. That's the back wall. And as a matter of fact, we could maybe even push this part out to put the farmer in, and that'll use that wall space that's behind, and I like that. So we'll be able to have 3 dairy farmers, 3 ranch hands as a result of that, putting in that piece right there. But it has to be up to level 5 before we can do that. So we're going to put away some things for a moment. Since it is raining, or it's not, I don't hear any rain, but it is raining. Okay, so let's go. We're going to borrow the villager's house. This is the house for the villagers who are in this area when they come, when Mr. Villager is here, and we have them move in. And we're good to go. Are we going to have any farmer villagers? We definitely have a butcher. I'm not sure that I want to have a farmer. I don't think we need to. There are 2 villages that have farms in the area, and we're supposed to be making a way to connect to those farms. One of the farms is out here on one of the villages, I should say, is out here. Where that hill is, we'll see a house at the top of the hill, and that is, it's really interesting because you can tell in my story that this would have been where witches were, and the villagers were living around this witches area. Because why is this up here? Ooh, wild wolf? Are you wild? Yes. Wild wolves up in that area there. And there's one of the villagers right here. And then we have some villagers down here. We definitely have a farmer and a leather worker, if I'm not mistaken. And they're just waiting for the others to come back. At one point, there was a golem, and there were a lot of villagers here, and they have decided to move away. They might not have wanted. We would have to ask Mr. Villager why they did, why he would think that they would move away, because it's a fairly decent-sized town. There was a golem here at one point, and now there isn't. So a couple of the people stayed. They said, we're not running. And so they're still there. And then the other, so those are farms in that section. And then on the other side of the Cherry Hills, across the Coconino River, on the other side, this is the south, nope, this is the northwest. Yeah, this is the northwestern area right here. We're headed north. On this side, we have one of Mr. Villager's curated farms, villages. And these villagers came from the mines that are on the ocean front. And we have a fair amount of villagers here. Some of them are farming. We had intended, there's 3 farms here. We had intended 3 more farms to be positioned right here. We just didn't put them in yet. And we could put them in on a day when we're bored or when we have something to do. Around here, we still have some miners at the coastline. This coastline is, by the way, where the ship that brought the first 4 came in, right here. And this is an example of one of the ships that came in and stopped here. This was here. This piece belongs to the miners who are in the hills. And usually Bohemians, the ones who build tents, don't do things, but the Biomes has made them miners in this last iteration of the Biomes. And so they do, you can see the ores on the surface and wood that they've cut down for chopping. Now there are some spider webs, which means there's not as many people here anymore. There might not be any. I don't see anyone right now. So they, but I heard someone, and there we go. And are you a fisher? Yes, this is a fisher, and we do have fishers because we're on the coastline, and that's what they eat. So that takes care of them. So that is the mining village, and then Mr. Villager's prize village, his village that we built to have villagers on the other side of this mountain. Right here, because we were going to do a trade post that was going to go through this mountain right here. However, we can only have one trade post. We put this trade post in, and we can't change it. I've tried to figure out some kind of way of changing it, and I can't. So this trade post is the classical Greek, and it does not have a builder, and so it's not going to work well for what we need in order to do trade here. And the last time we tried, and it doesn't have a guard, which is really interesting. There really needs to be a guard. So the last time we tried to think about this, we couldn't get the scout who's supposed to be here to stay here. We couldn't get them to live here. And that scout was supposed to be, oh, she's gone to do something else. Yeah, it might have been Amari who was supposed to originally be the scout. We don't have one right now. We don't even have anyone who's interested in being a scout at this particular moment in time. Estella would be the closest, and she's the school teacher. So, but we couldn't get them to sleep out here because, of course, there weren't any guards. And in actuality, there was some problem with the beds not being connected. And I don't know that I want to test that today. I'm really happy with the fact that I'm really happy with the fact that the resort is working. And we're going to go back down. Let's see what time of the day it is. It's late afternoon. And let's see a couple things. So right here at the Coconino River, this is the rail system that goes through the mountain to reach that outpost. And the Coconino River is also, up the river is another village that cuts off the river, that these boats can only go up to that village. And so we do have some river boats who come into this area. We've made some places where they can come. This we would probably have to dredge a little bit in this part, but they can come through. This is our story, that they're coming through here. We did dredge this area right here to make it possible for the boats to come in to deliver wood, specialty woods that we don't grow, on river boats. That was a passenger boat back there. This is a cargo river boat. These are all from Original. If I'm not mistaken, Original has the boats. Let's look for a second and see if it's Original. Original, or if it's Frontier. We'll find in decorations, ships, and there they are. So this is where, but these aren't the river ships, so it might be Colonial or Frontier. Let's switch to Frontier, Colonial, C-O-L-O-N. Let's try Colonial for a minute and see if they're here. Decorations, ships, yes. So the ships that I'm using as river boats are from Colonial, and this is one of the cargo ships. And you can see it's bringing in woods that we don't grow. There is the mangrove, and there's acacia coming in. The acacia is coming in to build this new modern school. So they're kind of building a modern school right here, university building right here. They're making it out of a special wood, and this is the project of the builders to have this building. I wanted this Savannah building because they have classrooms, and it's a university, and I really love the way it's set up. This is John setting up the university with these classrooms, including an art studio. And it's like, yes. So, is someone working on this? I think Cade is supposed to be working on this. Yes. Nope. I said Cade. No. Wade. But Wade was one of the ones who was on vacation, remember? So let's go and check the vacationers for a second. There's some red now. So now I am seeing red. And let's see who I'm seeing red from. I think I'm going to be able to tell. Wow, that was interesting. I felt something. Vincentius, did you just feel something? No? Interesting. That was very curious. Alright, so see those reds? Those are the people who are supposed to be on vacation. And right here we have a list of them. So Keyshore is still here. Kingston's come now. Kingston is one of the carpenters. Keyshore is here. Ellie is still here. Ellie and Phoenix and Cade have been here this whole time. They're the ones who aren't getting what they want. And cold brews, a mystic tea, and smetanas, and a veggie juice. They should be here because we were experimenting to make sure it worked. And we had everything. Somebody's starving. We might put in someone to take Mia's place if Mia goes on vacation. Mia is the stumelier from Trade Post who delivers food to people who are starving. And she should come and deliver, do takeout for the people who are here. But let's look at what's here and see if we see a veggie juice. I don't see a veggie juice here. There isn't. Well, it says there is. It says there is some here, and we can see the smetana. So why haven't they gotten? I'm not gonna call them because it's nighttime. I will call them to the counter and see if that will get the attention of Amari, and see why they're not getting, why they're still there. We can see that the others have been taken care of, because we did have 8 in the beginning and a portion of them are gone. So I'm going to come down here and go to sleep for a moment. Oh, and not everyone went to bed. Oh, that's interesting. Are they not going to bed when they're in the resort? Does it take them off of the to bed list when they're in the resort? Oh, now that is something to check. When was the last time people went to bed? Has anyone gone to bed here? No. Okay, now that is curious. That's curious. So when there are people in the resort, they're not going to bed. Which means the entire town is not going to bed. That's a problem. Now look at all the reds that I have. So I'm going to try this and see if this works. I'm going to try recalling everybody. This will recall all the visitors to right here. So there's all the visitors are supposed to come back. And where's Amari? I didn't see Amari come with them.
I'm so full, I can't move.
Let's recall again. I still don't see Amari.
Is there a problem?
Yes, Cohen, there is. Where's Amari? She's supposed to be serving people. Where is she? Is she sick? So when I begin to have that many reds, and I'm looking, let me see if Amari is sick. I don't have anyone in the hospital. Genesis, hi. The doctor didn't go to the hospital, to the resort, did he? What are you waiting for now?
What's it today then?
You still need the nether, but you are at least getting some. You're asking for less. Okay. Where is she?
Can I help you?
There she is. Where
Well,
was she
potatoes.
coming
Can't
from?
get better than that.
Maybe getting something to eat. Okay, so now she's back. So let me see what's going on here. Let's see if these reds are going to disappear. Because if they don't, I'm going to close the resort. That was Mia. That was actually, no, that was Phoenix. And there went one of the visitors. See, I don't have any indication, so let's look here and let's see. Amari's standing right here. And what are you saying?
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, let's look here and let's see who's gotten done. So she served, one vacation was completed yesterday. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's Pedro, there's the doctor. That's why the doctor wasn't there.
Is there a problem?
Can I help you?
Yeah, it's just not fast enough for them. And some people aren't getting attended to, even though they have been here longer. They have been here a long time. I can't have it, it's too many people. So we're gonna let Amari not be here. It's just too many people who I need to be working.
Can I help you?
Who aren't working. Yep, you can help me manage workers. So let's close the place. The bartender will still work, but
Yes.
there isn't. If I, for instance, need daiquiris for research, then the bartender will work. The people will immediately go back to their jobs and go to the restaurant and get food and do all those kinds of things that are needed. There goes Phoenix. Phoenix is going to go back to work. She's our only dairy farmer, and that's the problem. Our only dairy farmer has been there for 3 or 4 days now, which means there's no milk for 3 or 4 days, no milk or no cream, which means the dining halls are going to start to suffer from the lack of dairy, because there's no freaking way that they can go that many days without any dairy production. And from a single dairy. when we have 4 dining halls. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. So we can see these trees coming down from the top. So these trees aren't going to be here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees are going to go away. So let's do 6 trees. That's how many birches and how many, let me just make sure for a second. Are you taking that one down too? Yes. So 3 birches and 3 oaks. 3 birches and 3 oaks are going to come down. So we'll replant. And I want to see if I can replant them in the farm, in the dairy area once this is done, or around the dairy once this is done. And yes, so see this little 3 section back here? We can take that 3 section and extend out the roof on that little part and make it that we have the 3rd ranch hand and dairy farmer in that section right there, all using that building. So we have 3, we would have 4 people using this farm down here, 2 people using, there's 6, 2, 4, 5. So there are 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 people in this building, using this building here. I know that math didn't add up. That's Cannon, our pet trainer. He trains the wolves and the parrots. And we were thinking now that there's a couple others that they added. So the axolotls are really difficult. Axolotls are really difficult to keep in captivity. We had them underwater, in an underwater location where they had their own little garden and water and everything, and they kept going away. So they weren't escaping, they just weren't staying. Now maybe as pets they would stay better, and that would be an experiment, but we don't need axolotls here. We have the parrot, which is good. The wolves we have. I don't want any foxes in the area, even if they're trained right now. Cows, we could do a pig, and we talked about doing a pig so that we could have a pig to look for, to forage for mushrooms. And even if that's not what they actually do, I just like the idea. They're normally used for that, and so we can do that. They added chickens and they added bees, and they added rabbits. A pet rabbit. And let's look and see what a pet rabbit needs. Wait, something's missing here. No. It used to be somewhere. Maybe it's here. No, items needed. It's not showing what's needed for their maybe it's here. This is it. So a feeder for foliage-based scavenging. A hauler carries items from the hauler block to the nearest warehouse or to the pet shop if no warehouse exists. I don't think I have a hauler. Then to assign a pet to a working block. Place pet working station. So a trough is for herding. Mushroom, there it is, a mushroom base for truffle hunting, and that's what we need. So we need a truffle hunting base, truffle hunting, which is a mushroom base. And we need a hauler. We don't have either of those 2 pieces. We have 2, we have a feeder the feeder is for the parrot, and we have troughs for the wolves to work from. So let's look here, and let's come here for a second, and let's see what a hauler looks like. H-A-U-L. So this is a hauler, and it has a chest, and looks like that, and has glass, okay? And then the other thing that's needed is the mushroom base, and there it is right there. Mushroom scavenging base, and it is enchanted wood. Oh no, it just uses wood or logs and sticks. They don't know how to make this. So a carpenter needs to make one of those, and the hauler, let's see who makes, and a glass blower needs to make the hauler. Whoa! Okay, so we'll do that in the morning. I'm going to cough, hold on. Floof, hello Floof, how are you? Aww, Floof. Let me see if everyone went to bed. Now it's saying all citizens are tucked into bed. So there's a problem. So if all citizens don't go to bed, after a while they begin to suffer for it. So they slow down their work and all sorts of things like that happen. So that's something that we really have to be aware of. And maybe I'll say something to Trade Post about that. The citizens aren't going to bed when the resort's open. And I don't get all citizens are in bed. So how would they deal with that? There are beds in resorts. The resorts actually have beds as a part of, do they have enough beds? Let's look for a second. Let's come out here and look at one of Trade Post's resort pieces. So let's come here and we can see Trade Post for Minecolonies. There's the gardener, and this is Trade Post. Now the ones that I know, Classical Greek, I don't know how it's working right now. But I know that these two are working because I have these. So let's come here and let's look at the resort, and let's see a level 5, and let's see how many beds there are. So there are chairs, but there aren't any beds. There's one bed. Who's that bed for? Is that bed there for the guest? Who are these for? Are these seats or are these beds? That's not enough beds. So if you have 10 people at the resort, there are not enough beds for them to sleep. If the resort is open, it seems that no one's sleeping in the town. So that might be something that we can look at later. So I just wanted to check and see. That's the original Trade Post building, just to see if they had intended, if they had thought about that. So what it would seem to be is they're not supposed to be there long enough to go to bed. That if they came in, they would spend the day there like a day spa, and then at night they would be done and they'd just go home. So we'll see what we can say about that. We'll see if we can suggest or see how that is, what the designer of Trade Post for Minecolonies has in mind for the resort in regards to that. Let's come over here And Josiah is supposed to be working on this, and he's not doing anything yet. So I'm going to come down to these two houses again here. I can, right now I'm using the villager places. What would I use if the villagers weren't here? I'm going to have something in this area. Because there's a lot of stuff going on right now in this part. So it's morning. You heard the rain. You see the clouds going away. That's the rain clouds from last night are beginning to clear up right there. This is where Josiah is supposed to be working. Let me look and see if he's having minimum. Why don't we do this? Let's add here. Let's add diamond. Let's give him some bigger tools. Let's do diamond axe, and let's do 3 of them. 3 diamond axes, and let's set that. And let's take these away. Let's add a pickaxe. Might have to take something down. 3. Sorry. Diamond. Pick. And there it is. And so we have that. So we'll take away the iron one. And add 3 iron shovels. He's definitely going to need shovels. Diamond. I said iron. I know. Diamond, O-N-D, shovel, S-H. And there we are. And so that takes care of his. Let's give him some shears. Add shears. Add 3 shears to his collection here. Add 3 shears. Select. I prefer those shears. Now, hi Josiah. And now let's come in for a second. He's going to get some things.
I'm missing something. I got one.
I know you are. They'll bring it to you in a minute. Remember I said I was going to take these out because I don't think that he's going to get them. So let's take all these poppies out. So we have 1, 2, I'm picking them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 poppies. I'm coughing like I'm cold, so just a second. Poppies. Okay, and let's take the dandelions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 dandelions in this area. Everything else is fine. Curious disturbance. Okay, so let me put this right here. Drink a little tiny bit. I'm just drinking water. Alright, so I wanted to take those away because I don't think he's going to collect them. He's waiting for an axe. And we have diamonds, so we know that they can be made. Everyone went back to work.
Where's the courier?
Yes, I know. And it's going to be delivered, and he's waiting on the deliveries of those. So those are all on their way, and then the blacksmith is going to make some more of them. So we'll get to that. Let's look at Violetta for a minute. Let's come over here. Violetta's on the other side of town, and she's working on these farms. And this farm is a level 4. Wait, is she working on? Ooh, yay! This farm is almost done. And this is Catalina. And Catalina is growing durum wheat. And this is why we put in this extra farm. And it's so funny. So I put this farm building on top of this building. And what's interesting about it is the thing that happened in New York City, where they put another building on top of a building. That's essentially what happened, why that building was collapsing. The date is July 10th, 2026. So if you're watching this, you can check the news in that area and you'll see what I'm talking about. That they added several floors, like 20 floors, to a building that already existed in Manhattan. And those floors the floors underneath began to buckle because of it. And so I thought that was really interesting because I had just decided to put a farm on top of this farm. This is an Arcology farm sitting on top of the Shire farm. Now, when this is a level 5, we're going to turn this back into wood. So it's actually going to be a continuation of this wooden structure, is the way I would like it to look like. They added another wooden structure here. And because it rains, because this area can be cold, these are taiga woods, taiga forest right in here, maple taiga, and coconina over here, and both of those, coconina river forest back here. Is there none left? I thought we had some in this area, but it's not ringing. So all of this is maple taiga now. I thought I did have some coconino right here. There it is, coconino meadows. Near the taiga, the maple taigas, both of those are lush, and so they're cold. Even though they're lush, they're cold. They're cold. So there he goes. He's taking down the trees from the outside. And yeah, we're definitely going to lose those trees completely. So this right here that's attached to this tree, let's take that off. And there's a tree here on the outside, but I think it's going to be fine. It'll hold on to some of the tree stuff that's going on right here. See that tree? That tree and that big one are there. So he got put the things that he needed. He needed see, he's using a hoe in order to get the leaves off of this. It's probably faster. And ooh, did I count these two out here? I don't think I did. So there's 2 more oaks on the outside. So, see right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that makes 4. So that makes 5 oaks and 3 birches. That's a lot of trees. So a portion of those trees is going to be used to make the building that we're building here. And that'll be good. And then we'll have to see with the rest. Are you going to plant it in the ground? Let's put ground around this tree. In this area right here. I'm just going to put ground here. There is natural stone in the ground in this section, but I don't want it in that part. And this part right here where this is coming down in that section, we'll wait until he's done. He's not in this section. Okay, good. We can put in a set right here, just to make it not be so far up, and take away this piece right here. I want to take this back so that it's like that. And I'm fine with that. They can't jump. They can't jump from here and get over the fence. So that was the thing that we were working on. All right. So let me come back to Violetta for a moment. I'm going to sleep in the druid station that is here on this side. I could put druids in the animal farm. There's a druid station there. I could have a druid stay there, just so that there is an active druid in that area. We don't have knights, and we only have archers for competition. We have competitive archers at the university, and then we have archers at the gatehouse, because you can't do anything about that. But at the others, we are using druids instead of using knights or archers for the people. Let's see what she's waiting for. And there we go. She's waiting for stone bricks, and she needs 24. Now there's a whole large demand for stone bricks right now. And our brickyard, Tobias, he was doing nether bricks specifically for a project, and he should go back to making stone for stone bricks. And we can go in and see how that's going. So the nether bricks, that's interesting. Why does he have soul sand here? What's he doing with soul? Hold on for a second. What can he make with it? All happening at the same time. Let's see. I don't think there's anything. And yet he has a ton of soul sand. So soil on him. The blue terracotta, I understand. That's fascinating. And quartz. He's doing his own project. Hi, Pedro. This is our second Pedro. We have a Pedro who's a doctor and Pedro who is a druid. And let us request pickup and have those things picked up. He doesn't have anything. She's doing something. She's taking tuff and making it into cobble. Let's take this cobble that she just made and bring it over here and put it in here and make it into stone. Let's have him work on that. Now we have two, remember we have Dixie now. Dixie is our second mason who is working right here. And this is a level 2 and not brought up yet. Interesting. McKenna is working on that. I wonder what's holding her up. Let's find out. Are they all waiting for stone? Because if all of them are waiting for stone, then we've got a problem, Houston, don't we? Let's look here and see what she's waiting for. She's waiting for blackstone slab and stairs that is not blackstone brick, and chiseled nether, which she should have, and granite wall. Let's go down and let's see if Dixie has those. Let's run over here and make sure that Dixie can make those things. Look, the road is finished in this area, and it goes right over to Dixie right here. Past Brooke, who is the other stonemason. Let's come to the cutter, and sure enough, let's teach her this, and the brick panel that's needed, let's teach that to her, and that didn't go away. And then let's come to here, and let's do, what was it? It was deep slate. Let's look at her. Let's look here and see if I see it on here. Blackstone, that's what it is. Blackstone, just plain blackstone. So let's come here and let's teach her blackstone recipe. And you're like, don't they know how to do blackstone already? Possibly. Blackstone stairs. Teach. Blackstone slab. Teach that. And what kind of wall was that? Let me look at those and see. One of the walls is not there. Wait. Oh, so we were supposed to get a shulker box for granite. There it is, granite wall. I don't think we've done any granite. And a chiseled nether brick. Okay, hold on for a second. Let's come over to Brooke for a minute. I don't want to overlap. I actually want them doing two separate things. Let's see what Brooke can make. Polished blackstone is what I see. Polished deep slate. And that's the rough stone. Andesite wall. Cobble. Tough and stone. And the specials for Trade Post. And deep slate brick. And tile, but not deep slate by itself. Deep slate. And did you see any granite yet? Purpur. Is this the first granite pieces? Purpur. And deep slate brick. So deep slate wall, but deep slate brick. And cobbled deep slate slab. So it's good that Dixie is making the pieces that she's making. There's no granite at all. So let's do granite. Let's go to here and teach granite. Now, was it polished granite wall? Polished or just granite wall? Let's do granite wall. And then let's look. Nope, not there. Nether brick stairs. Nether quartz ore. That's interesting. Nether quartz ore. We might have to send Cairo to get nether quartz ore. Cairo is the what Minecolonies team calls the nether miner, but what I call the nether ambassador. We could send him to do that. Nikolai is asking for farm equipment, and so it looks like people might be at work. It looks like it's going to rain today. You can hear people working in this area. I think we got the wall, the type of wall that's needed. I can check in a little bit. I want to see if there is nether quartz or if there's any. Hello everyone. So let's sort the warehouse. We're not up to full capacity yet. See this? We don't have, when that says 3 of 3, then we will have maxed out the warehouse. So we're doing pretty good with the warehouse. This is a nice, really good sized warehouse, and we're doing well. Nether. We have nether, and we should be okay as far as this is concerned. We have enough nether peppers for food, which is really good. Let me look at something. Hi! Let me look at cocoa for a minute. C-O-C-O-A. And we have some. Let's look at ore. And let's see if we have any nether ore. We do not. We do have some diamonds. We do have... Why are the deep slate diamonds not being done? That's interesting. There's 2 diamond ores. Maybe it just hasn't gotten to them yet. Okay, so there isn't any quartz ore. And that's what we would need. Nether quartz ore. And so we'll put that there. And let's see if we can get Cairo to go get some. Let's see if we can do that. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to get out. See that right there? That's a person who's stuck. I have a person who's stuck. And that is strange sticking. That is actually a person who is not coming back. Yep. So let us save and quit the title and quit the game. This is the one way to guarantee that they will come back. Let's open ChrisForge. So this morning, Cooking for Blockheads updated, and also Adorn updated, and Blay is updated again. This is another update since I updated. So he's working on it actively right now, which makes me want to go and see something about the versions changelog. I'm not going to worry about updating Balm right now. Yeah, Cooking for Blockheads does use, it's by the same person. We're not doing anything that is like, what do they call it when you start a world? We're not doing any world starters. We're not upgrading world starters like all the biomes or those. It doesn't work well, but Adorn is good. And so let's come back in and we're going to load the launcher. So the launcher loaded, and now we're loading the game. And when the game loads, then we'll take CurseForge down and we'll load the world. And it doesn't take as long as it used to. By any stretch of the imagination. Oh my gosh. It's really quite curious. I was hoping that Mr. Villager would come in. Mr. Villager was so excited. Okay, so the world is loaded, so let's let CurseForge go away. He was so excited about the new changes to Minecraft. The primary change being cushions in Minecraft. And everyone's saying, how's that going to affect Minecolonies and stuff? But the cushions itself is really revolutionary for Minecraft. And for those of you who don't know, it's the first furniture that's been added probably since the bed. So it's really interesting that these cushions are as versatile as they are and work the way they do. So the person who was stuck is gone. We can see Josiah is going to work on the ranch, and Wade is working on the university, and he is probably waiting, and we can see Cash is waiting for something as well. Let's see what Cash is waiting for.
So what will it be for you?
Aha! The Endofist brick panel, which now Dixie knows how to make. I'm going to say I will work on that. In other words, I'm telling him that Dixie knows how to make it. So he should get that piece in a little bit. There should be, for the Endofist stones, which is the trade post additions. Trade post for Minecolonies added several new blocks, and I like them. And I'm going to look here and see if we have the mortar that we need. So I'm going to sort the warehouse first, and let's look for mortar and see if we're out of it. M-O-R-T. So we have quartz. There's no end mortar. Aha! So let's see if we have any end stone. And we do have end stone. So I'm going to take some end stone over to Genesis so that, and see if she needs something else to make mortar with. But we'll take this end stone away. Why do we have all of these? I'm hoping we're not. I should see how much water bottles we have, because that seems like somebody is making water in little bottles, which we do not need. We can't sell it, and so we don't need those. Can they be recycled? Ooh, that would be an interesting thing to see. Bottle. So 155.
I heard a whistle that time.
That just seems like someone's making them. We'll come back and look at that in a little bit. Let's go and let's see what it takes to make the Endofist. We know it needs mortar, endstone mortar, and there isn't any in the warehouse. So I'm assuming that there might not be any left with Giovanni, who is the mechanic. We only have one mechanic, That's an interesting thing. Let's come here to Genesis and let's look at the customs. And for end mortar, we need diamonds. And so let me come here and see. So she does. So she's not making it. She doesn't have any diamond coins. So she's got diamonds here for making it. And she needs... Why is she not actually getting any, or do I have to provide them? Hold on. To make diamond coins, she needs gold coins. And to make gold coins, she needs these. Does she have any gold at all? She does. So she doesn't have any coins. So let's go get some. Let's get her some coins. She did have some. She's not asking for any. It doesn't seem like she's asking for coins. And so I'm going to get some for her. It is sunrise. No, it's daytime. So the shops are open and the shops are selling. And Jack is selling flowers, and Eli is selling pallets of stone. And we'll come here, and let's come over to here and look. We were asking for, we got our hay bales that we needed in order to do some research. But what we came over here to find was, let's look here. Let's look at the rare finds. Stone bricks. We're not going to buy stone bricks, so we can make them. White dye, we have Santino, who's our dye shop owner, and he makes it. Nether wart, let's let Cairo find some. And this enchanted book for piercing, we're not going to buy. So we could buy it and take it off the market. Do we have enough to take it off the market? Because that's what I would do. Rare finds. Let's see how much coin we have. We have 2 million. We have over 2 million. And we're doing pretty good. We could buy that book and take it out of existence. That is such a huge price. I'm going to buy it anyway and take it out of existence. And let's come here and let's put it in the backpack. So I would like to get to the point to see. I think when the recycling plant, they take enchantments off and they put them on books, and then they break down the materials. I don't think we've gotten to the place where we can do that just yet. I came to get coins. And so let's come here, and let's come to here, and let's get 64. 64, nope, it's not going, it's not there. Okay, 64, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to give her that much. In order to make diamonds, she needs 8 gold coins to make diamond coins, and you need diamond coins. So I'm hoping that I'm getting her enough. I'll have to check. Everyone's in bed. I'll have to check and see later about that. Now she uses books for things, doesn't she? I could have her research the book, study the book, instead of taking it, giving it to Anna. I could have her give it to her. What's she doing with them? She better not be making these. Do you think she's making these? Let's give her the book and let's see what happens with the books. Let's give her this book and Aqua Affinity and this quick charge. Let's give her both of these. I'm not giving her the tome. I know she wants it, but she can't have it. This should be here with these guys. Right here. Because this is the gold version of that. And I've got some things here. Those can come down. And I took away one of the pieces there, and I need to actually put it back for them. So let's give her these 2 books, and let's see what she's doing with books. To do the other library for her. Endstone, prismarine, diamond, 64 gold. If I added the coin, would they do? I don't think they can get the coin. I think I have to give her the coin for sure. I think I do. Okay. She is making books. She is making them. Disable. Okay, I don't like the books that she's making. And since we can't control what she makes, 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're just going to take them away. And we'll have her not make any books for now. These are books for... Hold on, let me see what I've got. I'll put the endstone back. The hay is for research. And the books are going to go into I have a place in the warehouse where we have a shipment that's going to go to Ta'ana. Ta'ana buys weapons that are used for attack, that are used not for defense, non-defensive weapons, and that's probably how I should. So if the weapons are for defense, that's one thing, but non-defensive. Now we talked about quick charge and we weren't sure whether we wanted to have it for the competitions, and I'm still not sure about whether I want to have those books for competitions. Definitely don't want piercing. We could have the quick charge, the 2 quick charge books. Bane of Arthropods we can't have. If we're killing spiders, we're going to have problems with witches. We are, because they belong to witches, and we have an agreement with the witches, so that should keep everything okay. I'm going to give her back those 2 books, and I'm going to put back I'll give her the endstone too, for making the mortars. I'll give her that back. And since I am in the area, we'll check on the research for a moment. It's nighttime and almost everyone is in bed. I don't have anyone here right now, and I'll give her these 2 books back. I'll give her that, and this is for research. I can give the doctor the dandelions and since I'm right here, I'm just going to give him these 2. Ooh, he doesn't have any potatoes? Hold on. Why isn't he getting potatoes and carrots? Do we not have any in the warehouse? Hold on. Let me do what I said I was going to do first. Let's change into a little mermaid, which means I have hearts. So I become a survivalist. And I'm going to go out the building and around the corner. Phew, that was close. One of the druids coming to check. Out the building, around the corner here, to the university building. Yeah, I know. I have to figure something here. I might have a path. So we come out the building. The university is right here. So we might have to have a path. A permanent path there. Let's come upstairs. This is Hayden. Hayden is the dean. And let's look at research. We are done with everything. Whoa! Look at that. We're completely done with all the research that we had. Academic, that's one that we need for 128 books, and I think we haven't asked for that yet. We have to augment our sugar farms. We have 2 sugar farms and they are working, but it's only 2 fields. And so we have to augment that with, we didn't get the rabbit's feet yet for that. The steaks, we're not going to get more than 100 people until we have 256. We're not doing any night work. And we needed cookies and we needed cakes. The cookie is 256. Didn't we get them? It says no. So 256 cookies. I'm supposed to do this at the beginning, not at the end of the stream. I'm supposed to be doing this at the beginning of the stream. Okay, so we didn't get those. And we have the full set for the schools. We're not going to do this because we don't have a lot of guards. We're going to do theater, the highest amount. Only 1 max level research can be unlocked per branch. So we're going to do theater because we need the people to be happier since they don't have as many guards. We're not at war, so we don't need that many, but it's in their DNA that they want a whole lot of guards to be around. So we give them theater to make up for that. And let's come over here. So we didn't need any more. Let me see. I don't think we needed any more hay, but let me look here. We do need apples so we can do the healing saturation up again, and we're waiting for those. And anything else? Now, we don't really grow apples, so we have to import apples from other cities in order to get enough. And now let's put that down. Let's look at technology for a second. And we have done all the technology as far as this. I'll wait until we don't need any other kind of technology, and then we'll do combat research and soft shoe and podzol and all those things that we don't really know the end. None of those we really care about. So we don't have to. Inventory slots for the people. We don't need them right away. If we have, we'll do it later. We'll do the emeralds for that. And this one, the workers can learn 100% more. We don't need this right now, and we need books for other things. We need books. We're going to need a ton of bookshelves for the level 5 houses, which we haven't begun yet. And that's why we're trying to get certain stuff done. Now, this is the only one per level. On this side, I think the only one that makes sense to me is the mother lode, is the miner getting 100% more ores. That would be worth it with the cost 64 of any diamond ore, and we could research that. And I think that's the one that I would do out of the entire set. The block placing speed is good enough right now. And gates, we would just research it. We don't really use them. And this one here, This is one that we want to do, perfectly insulated, but we need 64 blocks of coal and we haven't gotten them yet. We have the copper ingots, but we don't have the blocks of coal. And I think down here, we're not going to do that. 125%? Which do I need more? The food? Do I need the food more or the ore more? That's interesting, isn't it? I can only have one of them. So the question would be the more food or more ore?
Oh, that's a proper feed, all right.
I only
was
have
great
one
today.
miner. If I did do the food, I'd have to have another miner someplace, which would be interesting. I have to think about that. Let's go to economics for a second and see. That increases the number of rare finds, and it is open. We just need another star. I think we have one. And how many diamonds? How many diamond? And 3 diamond coins and 8 chorus flowers. Okay, that would be an interesting one. Oh wait. Yeah, and I'm not sure that I care about that right now. We don't need any more buyers right at this particular moment. We can research all of this after stuff that we need is done. Meticulous recover enchantments. This is one of the ones that I would like to do, but we need a recycling center level 5, and that's Cash is waiting for a piece of material that we're trying to get Genesis to make, and that Genesis to make the mortar for. And in order to do that, she needs gold coins to make into diamond coins, to make into the mortar. Wheeler and dealer. Not right now. And here, white glove service. To increase the XP of vacationers who come. And that needs a diamond trade coin and 32 daiquiris. And we can do that later. And we can do the rest. We can do the rest of these. I'm not going to worry about these now. So I don't need the hay bales. Let's see what else I've got here. I don't have enough cookies still. I haven't gotten them yet.
Bread again.
The iron ore and the gold ore that are here, I don't... Okay, Hayden. Was that Hayden who's saying that? That is Hayden saying that. That's something new that he just said. I didn't hear it clearly. But you have a sweet tooth, huh? You do indeed. So I don't need some of these things that are here. The copper I definitely need. And I don't know that I need the books anymore. The bookcase is here anymore. I know I just looked and now I don't remember. True. But I'm going to take the bookcases out. I don't think we need these. I'm waiting for more of Rabbit's Feet to add to that. I think we need books. We still need emeralds. And we still need paper. And we might need another gold ore. So let's take these and put them down. And it is raining. We're going to take these and put them back in the stash box. Why do I not have a stash box at the university or some other places? Because I want to run around. I do. I want to see what everybody's doing. And that's when I see things like someone's not doing something. It is, the rain is cooling. And Amari is is not working. So we're going to have Amari go back to doing research. Remember, we took her off of the resort. And she lives close enough that she can do studies here.
It's so cold and wet. I hope I don't catch the flu.
And wait, I just saw her name. And we'll just hire her here.
Bread again. It's filling, but I love me some cake.
And she's fine for where she is. Tatiana. And we still have a couple of people who are doing researchers, or excellent researchers, and that's what they're doing. Malachi?
Okay.
Malachi, why do you have a oh yes. So Malachi is the coach at the university. He teaches archery, and this is the reason why I don't want a lot of archers walking around, because they do carry bows with them all the time. But Malachi is over here along with Jessica, I believe. And yes, Jessica and Veronica. Veronica and Jessica are working. They are backups for the gatehouse if we need gatehouse people to come on. For instance, if gatehouse keepers were on vacation, then we could have Veronica and Jessica fill in, or Malachi fill in. Jessica and Malachi are coaches. Veronica is an expert. She's one of their prodigies who does competitions when she is not backing up. So she still didn't get it.
If you say so.
You didn't get this yet. Okay. This wasn't what she was asking for before. She was asking for something else before. So she is getting the stuff that she needs. Let's look at what she's working on. She is upgrading the graveyard. I thought the graveyard was upgraded. I didn't realize you were still working on it. I hope I didn't do anything to it to damage it, because I thought she was done and she wasn't. Crafting. So she just needs nether brick and nether quartz ore. And so that tells me right now it's sunset, but we're going to go down to Cairo. And we're going to see if he is ready to... Oh yeah, that's right. I have to come down that way in order to get in. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Isn't this what she's working on? Yes, it is. So this is what she's working on. She's working on this building for him. And let's look at him. He should be on pause, and he is paused. And let's see what he has available. The last time he went out, he did find soul soil and netherrack and quartz. He didn't bring back quartz ore himself. He doesn't have anything here. He doesn't have any food to take with him. And let's look at what's here. And there is no food. So there should be food as a part of the list. And it's right here. So he should have perpetual stew, apple pies because they like them. We were giving him food that he could take easily, like hand pies. Let's put hand pies there. And tacos. Let me look and see just for a minute. Tacos. taco is beef, and let's look and see what a hand pie is. And a hand pie is also beef. I should do a vegetarian for him just in case. And so I don't want to do 2 of these. Let's take away the tacos. Let's have hand pies, and let's have trencher. Stew trencher. Let's have stew trenchers and have them have those as finger food that they can pack easily. And then we could do hummus pitas. And let's do hummus pitas for, this is the gold, so we'll do the hummus pita. And let me look and see if it has anything in it. Let's look at the pitas. So there's the hummus one, and it's vegetarian also. And so we're good. We're good with that. All right, I'm down here and no one's down here. I'm going to change. This is a perfect place to change. It's a perfect place to change back into a mermaid, a full mermaid. CR. And get all of my powers back. And there we are. And so we'll put the gate down. And so our story for Thomas. Do I like running the village and doing the tasks? I love it. What about you do the guardian angel must solve the guard's problem? Ah. Thomas was asking some questions. Hi Thomas, I'm sorry I missed your questions. Do I like running this village? I'm not running it. So in my story, what I'm saying is that there is a city council and they make the decisions and run things. We have 2 people who are sick, and that means that there isn't any potatoes. So let's go to the warehouse and see what's happening to potatoes and carrots. And it might be that all the vegetables, all the food that we're cooking is using all of the potatoes and vegetable and carrots, and we might need to have some additional farms for those. How do I solve the guard problem? And so that's how I solve it, that they're going to be unhappy, and we'll show that in a minute, that they're always going to say there are not enough guards. So that's one of the things that they're going to be unhappy about. And so I have to have them be super happy in other areas to make up for that fact. We don't have a lot of guards. We don't need them. We have peace druids to make them feel secure in the same way you have police in a city. We do have peace druids for that. All the people themselves in the story are, see? And we have loads of potatoes, and yet he's not getting any. Potatoes and carrots, see? So why aren't these being delivered? All right, so when I start having a delivery thing like this, every once in a while, let me see if I remember it. Minecolonies. See if I remember it. Nope, Minecolonies space. Colony. Space. Request system reset. Request system reset. It should be request system reset all, and there it is. Reset all. And let's have all of the requests go away. and then they'll start over. Every once in a while, you have to do that if it seems like people aren't getting the stuff that they need delivered. Now they're supposed to fulfill the if you have it in the, let's show here for a second. He doesn't have one. Oh, good. Let's go back to the hospital. It's raining. It's nighttime. And we'll go back. So that's how I solved the problem of Maria. Solved the problem of the guards. Otherwise, I'd need an army. And we don't want to have one. So let's come here and let's make sure that right here, minimum stock, it shows 3 stacks of potatoes should be here, a stack of apples, and 3 stacks of carrots, and yet there aren't any here. So that's why we're resetting the requests that everyone is making, just to make sure that the couriers are doing what they're supposed to do. So when we go back to here, we can see requests for food, that the 3 chefs are asking for things to make food, asking for garlic. Tea is being asked for. We do have tea. And large bottles are being asked for. And so we can see the things that are being asked for. We can check on the durum and see if it's being done, but it's raining. So we're going to go to bed. Now, I didn't see Thomas in time, so he probably is gone, and I apologize. Every once in a while I get really focused, and I should look. And one of the reasons I don't look as often is because I don't usually have that many people in chat. And so I get, that causes me to not be in the habit as much as I should be. The other thing is the chat is located in the wrong location for where I'm streaming right now. So I have to put it here so I can see it really easily. And it's not there, so that means I have to look beyond. Let's go. Yay, look at that. Ooh, excellent. So the blacksmith needs less diamond to make an axe. That is spectacular. To make a diamond pickaxe. And to make a diamond axe, not a pickaxe, a diamond axe. That's wonderful. So I believe, and that reminds me of Riley. I want to make sure that Riley is using diamond materials. We're slowly but surely getting all of the people up to the point. And we were going to add another. Harrison is here, and we wanted another courier, another druid to go down. This is the other place where we use archers. Archers and knights are the only ones who can go down into the mine. So I forgot, we do need other archers down there. Now we're going to have another, and I just have to figure out who is left that we can maybe train to be an archer. We look at this, and sure enough they are iron. So let's add 3 of each. So for him, he is now going to have diamond. This will enable him to get better things. Let's start with the axe. And so he now has a diamond axe, so he doesn't need an iron. Let's add diamond 3 diamond pickaxes. And let's do O&B pick. And there we go. Add 3 of those, so he doesn't need the iron ones. And let's add diamond shovel. Add the shovel. Diamond. And there we are. Alright, so he's going to have better tools. He is a level 5. And the house upstairs is still a level 4. We haven't moved to level 5 housing yet. So these are all still level 4. The only houses, for those of you who haven't been here before, the only houses that are level 5 is the Mason house, because there are workers nested into the Mason house. So this house is a level 5 of Old English. And this is what an Old English level 5 looks like. I actually like this a lot. Notice the 2 guard positions here. So if we were at war, or if we needed to protect against the Skeleton Nation or the Ender Nation or witches, which we do not, or pirates or buccaneers or any of those Minecolonies foes, adversaries, we would need all of these. We would need all of these guard towers. In here we don't necessarily. Bless you. Those people are downstairs. You could imagine if someone was working at night. So no one works at night, because they could hear that sound in their bedroom. And there's Brooke. Brooke, did you leave something in this chest? This used to be Brooke's house, but she gave it to Ellie and Boone because they raised Maximiliano, who is Boone's relative, and so they needed a house to live in. And there's Josie, who is the lead. She is the lead druid for all the druids that are here. Even the archers are druids. And do I want to go? I could go and see. I'm looking at McKenna. Did you see that red in the air? That's McKenna right here. So let's get her and see what she's asking
Need something?
for. And she needs chiseled nether brick. I will work on it. Let's go back to Dixie. I don't think I've done chiseled nether brick yet. So we'll run down here. And let's give her the recipe for that. Brooke has enough to do. So that's why we're giving the new recipes to Dixie. It's like with the carpenters. We have the carpenters' jobs divided as well. Cutter. Teach. Chiseled. C-H-I. And this is chiseled nether brick. So teach her that. Nether brick slab, I think she knows. I think Brooke knows how to make that. But just in case, let's go to nether brick for a second. Didn't I just do that? Didn't I just teach these things? Hold on, let's come down here. Chiseled nether brick. Teach recipe. So let's teach nether brick. Let's teach, I think I taught those. I did teach these. So we'll just teach that again just in case. Oh! Hi, Thatcher. There's Thatcher. There's Ellie. Ellie is the crusher. She runs the crushing plant. So she's just taking some time off. We can hear our ore smelter smelting. Which is smelting. Yay! Deep slate gold. Excellent. So he's getting some gold out. He's doing deep slate right now. And those are all the materials that we're going to get. Now see these right here? I don't think we can sell these, but I'm going to take them away for a minute. take them to the... So these are silent gems, and I'm not sure that Trade Post for Minecolonies is doing the silent gems pieces. They're doing, the biomes. They're doing the biomes pieces. Is that a Reaper Eru? Ooh, look at you. Whoa. There's Reaper Eru. I am Reaper Eru. When the ancient city fell, I should have died with the others. Ah, this is the one. The skulk crept into my wounds, threading through bone and breath, refusing to let me fade. It heals me as fast as I decay, a balance of rot and life. I remain because the dark wills it, and I offer my strength to any colony unafraid of what keeps me standing. You can hear the baker grinding wheat behind me. But that is Reaper Eru, and he's looking at Rosalie. He's watching Rosalie make bread. What kind of bread are you making? Ooh, excellent. She's making manchet bread, which is good for making trenchers, which is what the nether miner, who is our nether ambassador, what he needs. And so that part is good. And, but yes, we are, for Thomas, we are essentially Alderaan in Star Wars. We are a peaceful nation, peaceful city, and so do not need the walls and the guard protection that you usually would have for a Minecraft city, because the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, makes treaties with the nations of skeletons. Skeletons control zombies. Creepers are their pets. Zombies are essentially their children, or are them in younger stages. A zombie turns into bone. And then enders, we have treaties with enders. With witches, we have a treaty, and they control spiders. And so we have a treaty with them. And we don't really call it a treaty, what we have with the witches, because they are sisterhoods like the mermaids are. And so because they are, we have an agreement, kind of have an agreement with them as our sisters. That is my light to make sure that I drink something. And so with the barbarians, with the pirates, with the Minecolonies, with the nomad, is it the Vikings? There are some Amazons, I think, and then there are desert raiders. All of those we have treaties with because we rescue them when they're out to sea. We rescue them from the sunken ships, and you see in Minecraft how many ships sink. So we rescue, and that treaty, and that is a part of the treaties that we have with them, that we rescue them. And because of that, they do not attack cities that have ambassadors from Ta'ana. And it would be nice if they didn't attack any cities, but that is up to the cities themselves to make that choice. The city has to ask for an ambassador. This is my story that I do with Minecolonies and Trade Post for Minecolonies. It's my story that the city asks the first 4 who want to start a new town. They request the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, to give them an ambassador. And the ambassador then stays with them, makes the treaties, and makes sure that, and is a part of the council. So they advise and they make sure that the people of the town abide by the treaty laws. So one of the things is that bone, we have to get a special request to use bone, because it of course is the remnant of skeletons, and so we have to arrange with Skeleton Nation with lots of gold for the Skeleton Nation to give us bones of their people. And then one of the other things is we do not have flags, and flags are a symbol of war. They're a symbol of being territorial, and so we don't use them. And we ask, these are not flags, these are banners, decorative banners that are in town because they like having decorations, but they are not flags. And then I think the only other thing that we request is Planned Parenthood. So we do not have children all the time. I'm going to cough. That we have a specific time period where people, we raise children, and during that time, the teacher, who is a professor at the university, she comes over to the school and she begins teaching. This primary school is there. Wow, look at the change in that building. Oh, that's right, he was working on this, but he didn't finish. He didn't finish working on it, so we'll have Maisie finish it when she's done. Because we pulled Josiah off of this building in order to work on the new farm. So when Maisie is done with the another miner, who is the embassy, then she'll finish that building. Again? It's rainy season. Now we're just having rain. And so with another miner, see, she's working on this, so these are gone from here. There are some things that are missing. Yep. I want to wait until the nether miner is finished before we change anything in this part. Let me come back here for a second. What time of day is it? Let me see for a minute. It is daytime, so let's see if we can get... It is raining, but this is a level 4, so he's not going to work in the rain. But let's look. Manage, and let's see what he has now as far as this is concerned. And now he has apple pies and tea, perpetual stew. But that's not quite enough food for a trip, do you think? I think he's going to run out of food on the trip. He has diamond, and we could give him... he's the one that really needs the plate armor. But if we do plate armor, then all the guards are going to wear plate. And plate is so heavy and big. And I don't know. Juliana, yay! Juliana is using less oak plank. She's using less trees to make racks. And that is wonderful. Yeah, I have these pieces on me, and I'll check. Let me think about Cairo and what he's doing with his life. We'll think about him for a second. So let's come here. I'm going to check and see if these can be sold. Like I was saying, Silent Gems is a separate mod, and trade posts for Minecolonies might not recognize them. So we're going to check and see now if they do or not. Let's put these in here. If they don't, then Eli is going to say they're not of any value. Although it is raining, and we'll see. Dun, 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 yay! The building is done. The Durum Wheat Builders building is done, and we're going to make it so that when it rains, she's okay. And we're changing, so we're going to change what's needed on that. Eli's not here right now, and they might be not working. These closed down. Why? Because this is only a level 2, and this is only a level 3 back here. And that makes a level 5 between the two of them. And so we're not going to have them be up any farther. I don't have any room for this to get any more little places for him to put up to sell things, and I don't really care about having it. And over here, I don't want the level 5 of this building. It's so different, and I don't want to have to do anything with it. Yay, Lucas, look at that. So for a diamond shovel, he's using less wood. He doesn't need as many sticks to make it. That's wonderful. That is definitely wonderful. Now we could, did I explain that Eru was skin in the game? That he is actually a player's avatar who is allowed to be in the game because they have contributed enough to Patreon to have their avatar be in everybody's game as a visitor. And you can get them to stay in your town, but only their head will stay. The rest of their body doesn't stay, which is why I don't have them as townspeople. I prefer them just to be visitors because their bodies are so fun. And so yeah, in that respect. So Eli is not going to tell us what those are worth until tomorrow, or until it stops raining, and I'm fine with that. That's Mia. Mia is our stumelier going back to her kitchen, and she delivers food. So she does food delivery. She does DoorDash. And she delivers perpetual stew to people. And let's see how long it took for you to...
'Tis a fine morning.
And she's still waiting for another brick. So Thomas was asking me, do I like running this village? So as the player, separate from my story, do I like running the village? Yes. One of the things, it's not so much running the village, it's the thing where I love watching the people live their lives. I love the fact that they actually work. I love the fact that they actually supply each other, that nobody's really hungry. Some people would like to have more variety at the different dining halls, and we can work on some of the recipes to make sure that there is a little bit more variety.
No, it's some bad weather we're having today.
Yes, it is. I agree, Briella. Briella, for instance, is one of the dining hall. She runs this dining hall, and she has a certain amount of dishes that she has available, and she has quite a few for this restaurant. I think Chef Ramsay would be very upset with how much food. But in a way, we could say that she doesn't serve them all at once, that she has some things, and we can look and see. Right now she serves stew trenches. She's mostly serving breakfast. Interesting. She's serving breakfast with berries, breakfast yogurt. So most people come here for breakfast. She's not getting a lot of, she didn't get a lot of people coming for dinner yesterday. It's an interesting, if I say so, yes, I do. It's an interesting thing to check what they actually do and what actually gets done. So we can look at Brooke, for example. She's the stonemason, and see that she did do nether bricks. So those nether bricks will go over to Dixie, and Dixie will make stairs. Over here I saw something else, but look at all this stuff that she can make that she hasn't made any. She hasn't made anything. And so that's the kind of thing where we don't have anyone asking for anything. I thought I had people asking for stone, but she didn't make any yesterday. And let's look here and see what she's made. And she didn't make anything yesterday. She has made the endethys. It shows that she's made it in the past. These are things she's actually made in the past. And so she has done that. She just didn't do any yesterday, the day that is coming to an end, right? No, the day before. So we're going to have a day now coming to an end, and that's going to update, and we'll see things. This library was supposed to be a level 5. I think I've taken them off of this library several times. Yes. And the reason that McKenna wasn't working on the library was because I wanted to get Dixie. Dixie is only a level 2. And I need to get her up to snuff here. So, yep, she's a level 2. You can see her place is beginning to expand. She has some more workshops and things here, some more decorations on the floor, and that is what Cash is, no, that's what McKenna's working on. Cash is working on, let's go this way. He is working on the recycling center and needs one single piece, and that's the piece with the ender that we're waiting on. And we could go back to Genesis and see how she's doing. This is Liberty's glass shop right here, and right through here this is Giovanni. He's the mechanic, and we only have one each of those. Sean is our trade post for Minecolonies recycler. This is an additional, this is a modded piece, and Sean is a level 4 recycler, and they do recycle. It's really cool. They actually recycle stuff, and I love it. So they do more, a composter does more natural stuff. A recycler actually takes apart things that have been built. So after the housing is finished, we might go ahead and recycle, for instance, some panels. See how many different kinds of panels we have here, including 35 oak plank panels. I think these can be recycled. The glass framed pieces can be recycled. I don't want to do it just yet because we'll see what's needed for the housing first, and then we'll go to there. We'll finish with the rest. But for now, we were going to go, and we'll have to do it the next time. We're almost, we're about a minute away from, oh, and we're not. That's a full 3 hours, people, right there. I'm coming over here. So the next time on Twitch, which is going to be my next stream, Look, we have a full durum field. Yay! Well, almost completely full. So now we have 3 durum fields. This I'm going to make into wood. Now that it's a level 5, I can change the materials it's made out of and make it completely in wood. And then we'll close in, make some doors there to sort of like protect her from the weather. And I think that's going to be fun to do. So I'm just going to stand here in this area. You notice this time that we didn't have any problem with the climate controlled warehouses. So they're all running very well. And you can come back again and we'll show more of how this town works. Thank you, Thomas, for being in chat. I appreciate it. And thank everybody for watching. Thank you all. And thank you for the people who watch later after the stream is done. I thank you to everyone who is enjoying watching. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. And we've been listening to Vincentius Primus. This is Vincentius Primus's piece from Excitable Me project for The Mermaid. And we're going to listen to him take us out right now. And here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.